Hello. Oh, it's been a little bit. Just getting my glove back on. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So I have been just swimming in various forms of expression or ideas of expression and in day-to-day, like human things, and haven't been out here to post Sacred Vista. And some of it is because at the first formation of all my YouTube channels, I should say, because I have a few that I'm playing with, and as I get inspiration, just listening and following, which is what I like to, bring to you for messages. And Sacred Vista is really just going on that space of allowing myself to express and just be a channel in the present moment and whenever I'm guided. So that's what this Sacred Vista is. And this morning I woke up and, as I've been embracing this new beginning, which I knew we were coming up on a completion year of a 9 and ending and starting a new beginning year as a 1 or a 10, and all these things, like in my astrology, in all the life circumstances that felt resonant for all of these things, it was still my humanness holding on to the spaces and places that I had outgrown, and where I was really just staying stagnant and slowly dying, and how I really had to just come to this realization point. And it's where I've been the past year, honestly, of ironically, as we're heading into the fire horse year. And I honestly haven't looked too much into the fire horse for, it's true. I've heard little bits and pieces, of course, but what it means for me as a redhead and kind of how life's unfolding. I'm pretty isolated at the moment, worked in corporate career and remote for a long time. And when that ended, the screen closes. and what do you do, right? I had invested so much of my energy in that area of my life that it's been, this slow grieving process of, although I know it wasn't the space and place where I was meant to share my gift, because the ones that were really calling me to sing, that just wasn't the space that I could embody them. So here I am in that space between, and really defining it is what's next. And so many things are inspiring me, and at the same time there's not necessarily this cohesive plan. When we go into a business, we have a business plan, and yes, I have a business, and it has a business plan and all of that. But at the same time, this invitation to come and share my voice in new and different ways, and to trust the unfoldment of the universe, and whispers that keep percolating around, and it's just playing with what my awareness is bringing me now that I have no external structures outside of myself that are determining what and how I use my time. It's really a blank slate and an open canvas, which I craved for so long, right? Yet it's kind of uncomfortable, and really opening to, the embodiment of living in flow and trusting. I'm in many communities that live by their intuition, and that's a space that I've lived in, but in the construct of other outside bodies that also contributed to what I was being guided to every day. So those spaces took up a lot of my energy, and now that I don't have them, I have less influence on what is to be birthed from me. So I am in the space of radical acceptance on all of it, and also just trying to have fun and joy, because at the end of the day, I've always truly believed that what we do every day should bring us joy. And, in most of my life, all of my careers and all my jobs have been a space of complete and utter joy, like being able to embody my gifts and talents. And when I can do that, it's so yummy. When I can't, if that space or place has control over you and you're reliant on it for your so many things, it's just, where do we give up? And I thought that working for another and all of these things was giving me security, but it was a false sense of security. And at the end of the day, it's really caused me to come home to the only sense of security we truly have is one that is reliant upon ourselves. And I often return back to myself as, part of the path I walk is that idea, as within, so without, as above, so below, and the interconnectedness and oneness of everything, right? So that external world is a mirror to me. And, right now, the bitter coldness. Yeah. It's a reminder that all those aspects also are aspects that are part of the wholeness of our being. And the embodiment and how we show up is really to be our most authentic selves. So, that being said, this Sacred Vista is a space to show up and just share without and express, without some idea of it has to be any one thing, but really just how creative can I be today? What is needing to be birthed and voiced out of me, and how can I do that? And if no one listens, if several people listen, it's a space of empowerment, of take what serves, leave what doesn't. Come to know yourself. And so having these conversations as I walk the path, like I might when I'm just having a conversation with myself, but here putting it out loud for you or whomever stumbles upon this to find it. So my mission when I first went out was to take a picture of these beautiful sundogs that I woke up this morning to. If I haven't already shared, I'm kind of just in channel mode and survival mode because it's cold out here. But one of the things that in my business, you are your own guru, and details about that are in the description. I am kind of stepping into a space where that was always my side hustle. Not even hustle, it was my philanthropic passion project, and where I allowed myself to really share my true authenticity in spaces and places of healing and of empowerment, and doing that in any way, shape, or form, from birth doula to death doula to life coach to empowerment leadership facilitator to leader in my day-to-day world. I've played many roles in many parts, and also on the receiving end, right, of so many beautiful and gifted, talented healers, guides, contributors to who I am today that also have, contributed to what I bring and how I've walked the path, the same path that I'm inviting individuals too, is to find your own inner guru as a space of just remembrance. We've been conditioned in this world out of so many things, and allowing ourselves to remember the true nature of our essence, and allowing that inner awareness that flows within all of us to be expanded in a space of empowerment and embodiment and belovedness. My fingers are freezing at the moment. So, remembering the sacredness of all of it, and coming home to it, I recorded a meditation and activation that you can use as much as you want to, whenever it inspires you. Putting it out there to, some things, that's where the business plan things come in. It's like, well, why are some things free? Why are the other things, what else would you charge for? Why would you even charge for anything? All these things I'm swimming in, because it's always been my passion project, and one of those things that I thought all beings deserved. So why would they have to be limited in their accessibility to it? So, trying to bridge that gap of being overly philanthropic, and now shifting the knowing that my income will rely upon those things. So, that being said, I still am figuring out what to do and trusting the flow. And for these, I'm just getting established. So putting it out there for free and trusting that if those of you that check it out and want to, there's ways to donate, there's ways to contribute. And as we embody this essence of who we are and walk these days, that we really come home and knowing that we make a difference from the inside out, and our presence is our true gift. And from that space, an open heart and compassion and love for one another, and the remembering we are truly one at all at all levels. We are more interconnected than we know, and hopefully that will start healing the divide from the inside out. So thank you for listening today and tuning in. I hope to bring you more just like chitter chatter that inspires whatever it inspires. All I ask is, as you listen, take time and breathe. And no matter if you're listening to this as you're walking, or if you're listening to it as you're seated in a car, lying down, whenever it finds you, I want you to bring that breath into your awareness and focus on that. You can focus on your breath and be within whatever experience you are in, and it expands your presence and it expands your awareness. From that space, you radiate your being at a different vibration than you had if you're busy in the chaos of the static and whatever's happening. So come into mindful presence, mindful awareness as you listen, as you act, and as you are. And may this bring inspiration, if nothing else. Remember, you are your own guru.